like my goal like a personal brand is basically like to um obviously monetize it in like in the sense of like brand deals. I have like hair and like other stuff like obviously with editing, anything like I wanted to monetize it in that way. And then obviously eventually also like potentially like um coaching and stuff like that. Potentially like and so do you have any
Yeah.
advice on any of that? Like on how I can achieve that? I don't like because I'm basically just doing organic content. I'm not doing like content like how you were doing it on like Instagram and stuff where you're like basically it's kind of like ads. Not doing that. I'm kind of just doing organic content. So I don't
Yeah,
know if you
yeah.
can.
I mean, for the first like 3 years of this, or like 3 years of running the lair, it's been all organic. We only just started paid ads. So I get where you're coming from. Whenever you're starting a personal brand, I like to say it like this. What are your unfair advantages? So in every situation, there are certain advantages you have over someone else. For example, let's say I'm trying to close a client. My unfair advantage is, hey, I've worked with this person with 1 million, this person with 10 million, this person with 5 million. You have 400K. Do you think I can help you with your channel? That's my unfair advantage over another editor is I already have the proof.
Okay.
Now, another editor's unfair advantage might be, oh, look, I actually don't have clients right now. I have all this time. I can literally start working on it today. I might not be able to work on it today. So he actually has
Mm,
an unfair advantage over me. Or it could be, hey, like I'm learning all these AI tools. I might not know all the AI tools. So that's his unfair advantage. Am I wrong for playing that game? No. Is he wrong for playing his game? No. But we're going to play our unfair advantages. When it
mm,
comes to building a personal brand, I was very intentional with how I grew the channel and how I grew even like anything that you see of me about coaching. It was very intentional. I knew that I want to be yes an editor, but I also want to be known as like the social guy and like showing that editing can be cool. That was essentially it. Because I was going to quit editing when I went to a workshop and I went excited to learn about it, but all I realized was basically everyone there was like a blue haired liberal. And I promise you that was the day I was going to quit. And it was months later I realized, wait, if I'm feeling this way, other people must feel this way too, where they don't want to be some blue head liberal or a fat kid in
mm,
his mom's basement. They want to yes edit, but they also want to like travel the world, be cool as fuck, and like just make money to buy their own shit. You know what I
mm.
mean? So what I realize is you realize on the YouTube, there's a reason I speak about social skills. There's a reason I talk about girls. There's a reason I talk about traveling, the gym. Like there's a reason why. It's because that's my unfair advantage. Like I'm not fat, so I'm gonna play the hey, look at all these fat editors. If I was fat, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm locked in a room because I'm locked in. If you're locked in, then you should join me. Like basically, whatever your unfair advantages, you play that. Now, when it
Mm.
comes to the personal brand, like just ask yourself, what are the things that you can say that no one else can?
Okay. And then I would say like from the goals that I want from it, like for example, I would love to have like hair like sponsorships or stuff like that. I have like long curly hair and like that's something that a lot of people might not have.
Yeah,
Um I like my skincare, I would say like my skin's relatively like good. That's something that stuff like that, like that's what I would say my unfair advantages might be
yeah, yeah.
in terms of
I
and
mean, play
then
into it, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Shaq. How tall is Shaq? He's like fucking 7 foot tall or something. Like
Yeah.
Shaq's 7 foot tall. He's gonna play that advantage. You know what I mean? You've got good skin and good hair. Fucking play that advantage. For me, I'm not fat. I played into that advantage by talking about the gym with editing, because
Yeah.
when you just talk about one topic, for example, if I just talked about editing, I would blend in with every other editing creator. You wouldn't like me. The fact that I talked about editing plus all these random other shits, it put me in a category of one. So now, if you want to learn about editing, gym, and social life, there's one guy you go to. So for you,
Mm.
it might be here's how you like. It's sort of like you want to have like one core pillar. Like for me, it's editing. For you, it
Yeah.
might be editing. It might be hair. It might be skincare. It might be looks maxing. Whatever it is, right? But then you have all these other things like, oh, I also edit, or I probably wouldn't say editing. Maybe like position as like, hey, I freelance as well. And then you can tie these topics together in content. For example, you might talk about how stress from freelancing affects your skin, and here's how I get around that.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
one else can say that, dude. You know what I mean?
Eh,
So when it
yeah.
comes to building a personal brand, I like to have like the core pillar. But like, what are the other things that I'm authentically interested in, and how can I talk about these things and tie it back to editing? So I might want to
Okay.
talk about dating. I'm not just going to make a video about dating. I'm going to talk about here's how you be more productive as an editor. And one of the points, coincidentally, is going to be have a good dating life because it
Mm.
makes you less stressed. So that means you get more work done, meaning you'll make more money as an editor. Everything ties back.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. I would say also like my core pillar is editing because that's like my main thing, that my main profession basically. And then yeah, I would like to do all these different things that are attached to it. At first, I wasn't sure if that's a good thing to do because people always say like stick to one niche and just talk about that, and then I wasn't sure if that was a good idea. But yeah, like
yeah,
that's that.
got you, man. You're still sticking to one niche. Like, I don't think anyone knows me as the dating guy or like the gym guy. Like, they know me as the
Yeah.
editing guy. But I talk like if you look at even my early videos, probably about 20% is actually like raw editing tips. Everything
Mm.
else is just like life advice catered towards editing. Um, what I will say is if you feel like you want to sell a product in hair, in like skincare, whatever, I probably wouldn't have the core pillar as editing. For me, I knew like, well, yeah, I knew like I wanted to teach editors when I was building the brand. So I made sure the core pillar was editing and everything else is feeding into it, not the other way around.
Mm.
And this is your personal decision. Like I can't pick which one your core pillar is, but I'll just bear in mind, like in 10 years from now, which one would you still want to be known as?
Okay, it's more of like I would like let's say for example I was gonna do my hair on a video. For example, I would be like, oh, like I've been editing all day. My hair's a mess. I'm about to go do my hair like that. Like like as in like that's my main profession, but it's not like a thing that always gonna talk about.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that'd work.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm. Cool,
It's,
man.
well, I know it's social media is tough, but like you spend so much time on a video and then you see the average view duration and it's just
Dude,
nobody.
fuck the metrics. I'm telling you, like, if I looked at metrics when I started, I would have quit so early. The thing that helped me was my mentor when I first started the channel. He said, stop being cute, like do 50 videos first, and then you can talk about, oh, my retention or whatever. But if you haven't done 50 at least, you haven't even given it a fucking shot for you to complain. Like you're
Mm.
allowed to complain. You're allowed to. But you can
Okay.
complain after 50. So that's why on the YouTube channel, you realize like all of them are just unedited. It's just me talking because I just wanted to get my 50 in so I can complain. Because here's what's interesting. After you've done 50, you'll usually have nothing to complain about because you've actually started making progress.
Yeah.